Hey my beautiful peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Ant from CancerMoonsTarot and we're coming at you with your June 2023 predictions with the Book of Answers. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. I know we missed about 2 months maybe of doing this. I'm not too sure if it's a month or two, but we haven't done it in a while, so happy to be doing it here for you guys for the month of June. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, you guys can feel free to go ahead and skip right to your sign. There will be a timestamp that's going to be in the description box and the pinned top comment below. We will be going from Aries to Pisces. For those of you that want to stay and watch, appreciate that as well. Thank you guys very much for anybody who came out here nonetheless. Really appreciate it. I do want to mention, guys, before we do get started, I am recording this in May, so if you're interested in getting a 15-minute personal reading with me for 20% off, feel free to use code POPPIN. That's going to be POPPIN for 20% off at checkout on my website. First link in the description below. All right, though, guys, without further ado, let's go ahead over here and get started. And we're going to get started here, of course, with Aries. So let's see what's going on here for the Ram fam in June 2023. What messages are coming in here for Aries? Let's get a quick intuitive message. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac throughout June 2023. Aries, having a look here at your first message, it says, you don't really care, is what's showing up here at this time. I kind of get that feeling here where you have to ask yourself, do I really care about something that I'm doing? And I think that it's a pretty good question to ask oneself, because sometimes you get to that conclusion of like, no, I actually really don't care for this. Why am I doing this? And then it starts to make you realize that maybe you're investing time in a situation, in a person, in a path that isn't really for you. And instead of having your time wasted, you can now redirect your energy towards something you do care about. So I kind of get that feeling here for you jumping into June where it's like, hey, I think it's time to realize here, you don't really care too much about this. Whether you don't really care too much about your job, you don't really care for your person, you don't really care for, a situation that's going on. It's like, why the heck am I investing so much energy here when I can be putting this energy into something completely different or something more productive, XYZ. So I think that coming into June, this feeling over here of not really caring about a person, place, or thing is only going to grow more prominently for you. And it's going to get you to the point where you realize, why am I doing this? And now moving forward, where can I invest my energy into something that I do actually care about instead? Okay, so I see that coming up here as the first message for you. Jumping on into the next message for the Ram fam, let's go ahead and see what's going to be the next message here for Aries throughout June 2023. We have here, it seems assured. Interesting, Aries. So the next message for you says, it seems assured. So you know what it is? I think that sometimes in reference to things that we, in quotations, care about, it can seem like this is what we wanted, when the reality of the situation is that it could be the idea or the seeds that other people have planted for us and that we've kind of taken on as our own, but isn't really our own. I think that there's a lot of situations like this we go through. I think one of the biggest examples is when a parent has a certain occupation and then passes that occupation and kind of pushes it onto the child. For example, if your parent's like a doctor and you come from a family of doctors, and let's say the dad's the doctor and he's like, you know what, listen, son, you need to go to school, you need to go to med school, you need to become a doctor. And it's like, he may grow up feeling like that is his own choice and that's exactly what he wanted to do, but it was really more so that the dad put that impression on him at a very young age, and he ended up taking on the seed that the father planted for him. And I kind of get that that's pretty similar to the scenario you're going through. It's like, Aries, you don't really care for something, but somebody here planted a seed, you kind of took it on as your own, maybe subconsciously or without realizing, and now you're at that point where you're starting to become aware of like, what am I doing? Because whatever it is I am doing, it may have seemed super assured a while ago. It may have seemed like this was the path for me, but it really was just a path somebody else carved out for me, And I think that that's the realization that's going to hit for you guys coming into June 2023 in different areas of life, of course. This can be in love, this can be in career, it can be in your personal path, your personal growth. But I see some of you guys just really becoming aware of this, and you're like, okay, well, the truth is out. Cat's out of the bag. I don't really care about what it is I'm doing, so where am I putting my energy next? Is kind of that realization showing up here for you. So of course, guys, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But Aries, thank you for coming on out nonetheless. I hope you guys have an amazing June, okay? All right, guys, moving on into the Bull Gang. Let's see what's going on here for Team Taurus in June 2023. What do we got going on here for the Bulls? Messages here for Team Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. First message, Taurus, says, take a chance. Absolutely. This is pretty much giving me the energy of the Fool card in the tarot. So it's about embodying the energy of the Fool. Don't be afraid to take a risk. Don't be afraid to take a chance. You know, really give yourself a shot here. You miss 99% of the shots you don't take. And at the same time, you're never really going to know what's on the other side unless you actually go over there and explore. So I kind of get that that's the vibe here for you, Taurus. It's like, take a chance. You know, you're not going to know what's on the other side. You may fantasize about it, you may think about it, but you'll never truly know what's there unless you go for it, right? So I do think that taking a chance here is going to be very beneficial for you, especially in terms of gaining clarity to understand what happened when you took that chance. You know, you don't want to be in the energy of the shoulda, coulda, woulda, or the what if, okay? You want to make sure you go to that other side and see what the result would be. So that would be my advice here. Take a chance on something, Taurus, okay? Don't waste time fantasizing, wondering, dreaming about what could happen if you would have, all right? Avoid those shoulda, coulda, wouldas and go for it instead. Hopping on into the next message for Taurus, what do we got? And we have here, don't miss an opportunity. Yeah. So this is screaming, take a shot, shoot your shot, you know, definitely don't miss out. Maybe for some of you Taurians, there's a new work or career opportunity showing up here for you jumping into June. And it's like, okay, I'm being called here to take a chance, but maybe I'm concerned. What if I leave my current working situation? I go into this new job and I hate it. What if like, it's not as good as it was made out to be, right? But once again, you're never going to know unless you take the opportunity. So I feel like the universe is telling you, take a chance and take a shot. You definitely will continue to miss 99% of the shots you don't take. And you know what? Even if it doesn't work out for you, at least you tried. That's one of the biggest things for me, right, in life. It's like, hey, even if I really tried and I worked as hard as I could to make something happen, or I took an opportunity, or I took a risk, at least I tried. That's all you can have at the end of the day. The worst thing that's going to happen is that you're going to be like, man, I can't believe I missed out on this. What if it is really something good? And you know what? Let's say you take a chance on a situation and it's not as good as it is, then at least you know, and you can invest your energy maybe where you previously were, or maybe even into something new, you know? So at the end of the day, when opportunities present themselves, don't miss out because you never know where they could take you. Okay, Taurus? So whether it's a work opportunity, maybe you're single and it's a love opportunity, it's like, what's the worst that can happen, right? At the end of the day, either me and this person work out or we don't. You know, I'll go back to being single. I'll find somebody else, right? So make sure you're shooting your shots because there could be something here you may miss out on if you don't give it a chance, okay? All right, Team Taurus, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for coming out, though. Really appreciate it, guys, okay? All right, everybody, rolling on in now into the Gemini. Let's see what's going on here for the Gemini gang coming on into June 2023. What messages are showing up here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. First message for you, Gemini, says, act as though it is already real. Now, this is one of my favorite things. Now, I'm not a huge supporter of acting as if when it comes towards law of attraction and manifestation. I'm more so really into the terminology of simply become what it is you desire. See, when we're acting, we're always going to be an actor in what it is we're doing. But if we're embodying the energy of which it is we desire, that's a completely different story. So coming into the month of June, let's say that you're a person who maybe has no knowledge on business, but you want to become a business person. You want to understand business. You want to be an individual who conducts business. You want your own business, whatever the case may be. Let's say you have no knowledge on it. Let's say that it's never been your forte. You've never understood anything. Then how would you get from point A to point B? Well, you would start to learn how business people conduct business. So A, you would take action to learn about business. B, you would start to do other things like communicate with people who are into business. So what you're going to start to do here is instead of acting as if you're this business person, you're going to take action to see how you would become one. And that's the important part. Instead of acting as if, you should become and embody the energy of which it is you desire. You desire to be a business person? Think about how other business person act. How do they behave? What is it they do? How do they conduct their business? How do they work with clients? How do they speak to their clients? Embodying all that energy is what's going to transform you into that business person, not acting as if, because if you're just an actor, then are you really that business person you want to be? So first message coming out here for Geminis, if you want something, you got to go ahead and embody that energy, all right, is definitely the most important part here. If you want something to become a part of your reality, then start affirming that that is what it is, and that's what your reality is, and this is who you are now. Take a look at your self-identity and shift that identity into whom you desire to be. Now, moving into the second message for the Geminis, what's going to be the next message coming up here for Team Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June, and we have here the outcome will be positive. Oh, Gemini, I love this message for you because guess what? Whatever you want to be is what you can be. That's exactly what this month is about for you coming into June. So if there is something new that's caught your interest, maybe a new career path, don't sit there saying to yourself, well, it's a career path I've never been down before and I don't believe in myself, or I don't think it would be easy to get into. Stop manifesting against yourself and saying you can't do something. But instead, if there's a new career path that opens up for you, shift your energy into embodying what it would be like to be in that career. Start doing what people in that career do so that you then therefore can become a person who works in that career, Maybe you're at a point in time where it's like, I want a giant body transformation. I'm a Gemini dude. I want to get buff and ripped. And you know what? I haven't felt that way all my life. Maybe I've always felt a little scrawny. So instead of, acting as if you're this big buff dude, go hit the gym 5 days a week. Get a 2-day rest period. Drink a protein shake and get stuff that has more calories, bulk up a little bit, make sure you're getting a lot of meat in your system, right? A lot of iron. And at the end of the day, a lot of protein, So with that being said, if you wanted to shift your body here, instead of saying, well, I'm going to act like I'm this buff dude, fuck it. Let's go ahead and be this buff dude, right? Let's make it happen. What do bodybuilders do? Let me embody that energy so that I therefore can become which it is I desire. So with that being said, the outcome will be positive if you go after your dreams, Gemini. The outcome will be positive if you go for what it is you want at this moment in time. But the key here is embodying which it is you desire. Okay? All right, Gemini, of course, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys for coming out nonetheless. Really, really appreciate it, Gemini, okay? All right, guys, rolling on into the Cancer. Let's see what's going on here for the Crab Gang, baby. Messages here for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. Let's take a look here and see what we got for you. Cancer, the first message here says, be delightfully, sure of it. So be delightfully sure of it. Cancer, I think that this is a time to really triple check if what it is you're doing is exactly what you want. So you have to be very sure of something, Cancer, is what I'm feeling for you. This is not a time to kind of wing something or to do something with a lack of information. I really feel like if you're going to make some sort of choice, decision, investment, you really got to make sure you know your stuff. So Cancers, watch out for any sort of impulse investment is what I want to say to you guys here coming into the month of June, whether it's about impulsively investing into romance, impulsively investing with your finances, impulsively investing in a certain path that maybe you don't have too much time to and that needs a lot of commitment, whatever the case may be, Cancer, just make sure you're sure of something. Triple check 3 times. Really make sure you can do this or pull something off before you really make the investment is what I'm feeling here so far, because you might get that feeling of like impulse to jump into something that maybe you're just not totally sure of. So be delightfully sure of it is the first message coming through. Really interesting, Cancer. Okay. So watch out for impulsivity is what I would say here for you. Now moving along into your next message for Cancers throughout June. And we have here, it's better to wait. Yeah, Cancer, I was getting that vibe too. I feel like it's better to wait on something instead of making an impulse investment, guys. I feel like even if you're in a space where you're kind of sure about something, you want to make sure you have all the nooks and crannies first. You really want to make sure, Cancer, that you have all the information you need. For example, maybe this is about starting a business. Don't start it with half-ass knowledge. Make sure you know everything you need to know about in reference to the business you want to start. Let's say that you're interested in getting in a relationship with somebody. Really get to know them first. Be sure of this person before you move forward and have this romantic commitment with them. It's that feeling of like, give something time and give yourself time. And it's probably better to wait because you need more information than what it is you are already seeing. Because I think that as time progresses, either one or two things will happen. You'll either start to see that what it is you desire isn't really for you, or what it is you desire is so much better, but you're glad that you waited because you learned so much more that you needed to in order to aid you in what you want. Sometimes it's better to really take it slow with people to learn who they truly are. And that also can be intimate and build up more love between you and that person if you start to wait and be a little bit more slow than going too quickly. Same thing with business, right? It would be more of an advantage to you to know all about the business you're doing than to know about a fraction of it, right? So if you knew everything, it would help you out a lot more. So Cancers, I definitely feel like it's better to wait on something before making the investment. Try to avoid impulse investments this month, okay? Really interesting message. Of course, if it's not for you, no worries, but if it resonates, I would definitely take a look at possibly doing something at a later time and avoiding all impulse, okay? All right, Cancer, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Thank you for stopping on by, though. We're now going to move on into the Leo, baby. So, Leos, how are you? And let's see what's going on for your June, okay? What do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. What's going to be going on here for Team Leo? And what do we got? Leo, it says here, try a more unlikely solution. Sometimes the weird solutions are the solutions that work best, or the things that you didn't expect to work for some reason just work. So Leos, I'm getting the feeling here for you that you might not have to do things by the book this month to get the results you're looking for. This might require thinking outside of the box in your personal situation. Whether your situation is regarding business and work, whether your situation is regarding love, I just feel like taking a non-traditional approach is probably what's going to be the most beneficial way for you to do what you need to do or get what it is you're looking for at the end of the day. So I would try taking non-traditional routes rather than taking the traditional route, because a more unlikely solution seems more successful here for you at this time. Rolling on into the next message coming in here for Leos. Let's see what that next message is going to be. And we have here, you may be hanging on to an outdated ideal. Yeah, man, I keep getting like the traditional route for you. It's crazy how those two literally aligned. The traditional path or the traditional route for you is not what's going to be the most beneficial for you at this time. You know, maybe this is about saying, okay, a lot of people usually go to college, they get a degree, and then with that degree, it gets them a job. Like, sure, that was a traditional way of doing things, but nowadays, most people don't really care about too many degrees. I mean, for certain professions, you need it. For other professions, or a good majority, it's not really needed that much anymore. So it's like, hey, maybe we avoid college and we jump into a trade instead, right? Maybe that's something going on here for a few of you. But I think that taking the traditional route, it may have worked so many years, but it may have worked so many years ago in comparison to it's not up with the times here today. So doing something different, and no longer hanging on to an outdated ideal is going to be more beneficial for you. I think that trying something new will be the better way for you to get the results you're looking for. All right. I wish that it wasn't such a general message and that I can kind of like give you more of a specific answer that may tailor to what your situation is. But hey, you'll know if it resonates to you or not, right? For sure. But yeah, don't hold on to outdated energy and outdated ordeals and traditions. It's like, don't be afraid to do something new and something that's not by the book per se is what I have here for you this month, okay? All right, though, Leo, thank you for joining me. Of course, if it resonates, let me know down in the comments down below, but if not, absolutely no worries. It was a pleasure having you here nonetheless, okay? All right, everybody, hopping on into the Virgo. Let's see what's going on here for you, beautiful people. What do we got showing up here for the zodiac signs of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus during June 2023. First message for you, Virgo, says you don't really care. You know who got this? The Aries, I believe, has gotten this message too. So you don't really care about a situation. I think that this is going to be a month here in June where you kind of come to the realization of like, what is it I'm doing? Because what I'm investing in, I don't really care too much about it. Maybe you don't really care for a current job, for a current romance situation. Maybe you don't really care for a certain hobby or whatever the case may be. I think you're just going to start to come to terms with the fact that you just don't really care so much about what you're doing. And as you start to realize this, you start to think to yourself, well, then how can I redirect myself towards something I would care about? So you start to think in the month of June, if I don't care about what I'm doing now, then what do I care about? So I can put my energy over there instead, is what I'm seeing showing up here for you guys. Now, moving along into the next message for you, Virgo, what's going to be the next message here for you? And what do we got? We got here, it will bring good luck. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a big person who believes in good luck per se. I believe in you make your own luck. But with that being said, I get the feeling here that by not caring about a situation, and by allowing yourself to redirect your energy into something you do truly care about, I think this message is saying you're going to find more success there or more fortune there, because you would identify good luck with fortune. You'd find more fortune in putting your energy into something you truly care about. I always say to people, man, if you're really passionate about something, do what it is you're passionate about, because that spark in your fire will create so much. You know, thinking of wealth, for example, a lot of people who are wealthy, they're not doing shit that they hate. You know what I mean? They're doing shit that they're good at and that they like and that they're passionate about. And all that passion creates this byproduct, and that byproduct of the passion is wealth. So with that being said, most of the time when you're doing things you love or doing things you truly care about, you get good byproducts of that environment and of that investment in general. So what I would say here to you, Virgo, is if you don't care about something and you're coming to the realization of that, I think it would bring you pretty good fortune to start moving your energies and investing into the things you truly do care about, because that's where you'll see all the difference. Okay? All right, though, Virgo, that's what I got here for you. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys for coming out here nonetheless. Really, really appreciate you, okay? All right, Team Virgo, let's keep it popping, pushing, and moving forward. So we just finished up all of our Virgo peeps. We're going to go ahead now move on into the Libra. So let's see what's popping here for the Libra gang. What do we got going on for Team Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. What do we got going on here for the Libra? And let's take a look. Libra, similar to the Taurus, you guys got this message too. It says, take a chance. So I definitely feel like it's time here to take a chance in a situation. It's not time to hold back. It's time to really give something a good go. You never know what's on the other side unless you go out there and you experience it. Having a look here at the next message for you, Libra, what do we have in store for you? We have here, avoid the first solution. Yeah, so Libras, you're being told to take a chance because you have two solutions in front of you. One solution is the solution you're thinking about going with, and then the other solution is about taking a chance on something. And I think that that's what the universe is trying to say. The universe is like, listen, we don't need to go down this route. Let's take a chance and go down this route instead. Because you know what? There's something here for you that you may not see right now, but I'm willing to show you if you give it a chance. So avoiding the first solution is almost like kind of avoiding practicality. I think that taking a path that maybe doesn't make so much sense, or taking a path that isn't all that practical, might give you some really cool results at the end of the day. You know, I think that there's many choices we face in life where we kind of get caught up in this place. I remember when I was like 18 years old, you know, I started this YouTube channel and I was thinking to myself, it's like, I have a job right now. I mean, the job's making me money. It's paying whatever kind of bills I had at the time. And I said to myself, but if I committed to YouTube, even though it was kind of like this non-traditional, non-practical kind of route, you know, I had no idea where it would take me, but I knew that it could be something magnificent. And I said, fuck it, I'm going to take the chance because I can always get another 9-to-5 job that pays me minimum wage. You know what I mean? And I went for it. I took that leap of faith. I took that chance. And you know what? The first solution initially was for me to stay at my old job, but I didn't take that first solution. I avoided it and I went down another path instead. And I'm glad and thankful for where it brought me. So I feel like your first solution might not be your best solution, even if it seems the most practical. Sometimes life isn't always about practicality. Sometimes there are other things that are waiting for you to take a chance on them. You know what I mean? All right, though. It could be the same thing in love for some of you too, you know? There might be somebody in front of you and you're like, yeah, well, this is the practical route. Like, they're stable financially, they're a really nice and kind person, but then the other person is the person that makes you super passionate. It's the person that lights your soul and your heart on fire. And it's like, granted, this person may seem perfect on paper. Do they light my soul on fire like this individual? No. So forget the first solution. Go with the one that sets your soul on fire. Okay? All right, Libra. Interesting message. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys for coming out here nonetheless to your messages, okay? All right, though, Team Libra, we're going to move on forward from you, and we're going to hop on into the Scorpio. So, Team Scorpio, let's see what's in store here for you. What's going on? What do we got showing up here for Scorpios? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout June 2023. Let's go ahead and take a look. First message for you, Scorpio, says investigate and then enjoy it. Interesting. Okay. I feel like this would be a Piscean message for some, but Scorpios are very good at lurking in the shadows and keeping close eyes on people, right? When they need to. So you guys are good investigators when you need to be. So I think right now, jumping into June, you might have a hunch about something. Your intuition might be kind of buzzing in the month of June. Maybe you're wondering, or not wondering, but maybe you're getting a feeling about a person. You know, you might be feeling like they're doing something. Maybe it's something they shouldn't be doing, or maybe you feel like something's being hidden from you. Whatever the case may be, I think that this is a good time to investigate what your intuition's telling you. And then once you get that confirmation that your intuition was correct, then you can go out and enjoy whatever it is that you're coming to terms with, or whatever truth you're kind of seeing showing up here jumping into the month of June. So this is an interesting message at the start. Let's see what the second message says for you, and then maybe we can combine the two. So what's going to be the next message for Scorpio throughout June 2023? And we have here, be practical. All right, Scorps, two different messages. I'm trying to piece them together for you on an intuitive level, but I think that they may be separate. So the first message said investigate and then enjoy it. And then the next message said be practical. I think that, okay, this makes a little bit more sense now, Scorps. I think what's happening here for you guys is that you're kind of in a space where maybe you're thinking something's wrong or feeling like something's off. And I think that the universe is trying to convey to you, like, investigate it, see it for what it is. You might be surprised that the truth is not what you think, but not in a negative way, in a positive way. Have you ever thought that somebody had negative feelings towards you? Have you ever thought before that somebody was maybe talking shit about you, and then when you kind of investigated a bit and you figured it out and realized, wait, they weren't doing that the whole time, and then it's like, okay, I'm not mad or upset anymore, and everything's good and well? I kind of feel like some of you are in that situation, and I think that the universe is saying, hey, be practical, you know? Whatever you're feeling right now may not be the truth of reality. Whatever you're feeling right now may not be the true situation. I know sometimes I have feelings about people where I'm like, for some reason, I feel like they don't like me, and then like I get to know them, and they never had a single thing against me this entire time. I was just kind of stuck in my head a little bit, so I investigated. Now I get to enjoy this new friendship, you know? And if I was to be practical, what I could have just done the entire time was be like, hey, for some reason, I feel like you don't like me. Is that the case? You know what I mean? Instead of having to investigate, I could have been practical the whole time and asked the person whether they liked me or not. Now, I know that's a little bold. Not everybody wants to go ahead and do that. But, you know, if I could have done that, I would have had the direct answer. So, yeah, I think this is a month here, Scorps, where it's like, listen, you might be feeling one way, but it may be completely different than what you'd expect. So if you have any sort of weird feelings about somebody, or if you feel like somebody is hiding something from you, whatever the case may be, investigate. I think you'll find that it's not what you expected. I think that you'll find that there's nothing necessarily bad happening at all, and then you'll be able to enjoy your friendship, your relationship, whatever it may be going forward. I think that taking a more practical approach, maybe being more direct, would be beneficial for some Scorpios. So if you are feeling weird between you and your romantic partner, maybe you feel like your romantic partner is hiding something, it's like, if you want to investigate, go for it, but you can also take the practical route of talking to them and asking them, like, hey, what's going on? You know, if you're with somebody that you love, then, and you're with somebody that you trust, you know, you can feel free to go ahead and communicate and be like, listen, what's going on? What's happening? I feel like something's off here, and taking that practical route may give you the answer you were looking for this entire time, okay? So took me a minute to piece that together, Scorps, okay? Really, really intricate. Sorry about that, Scorpio. My camera died over here. But anyways, I was saying really interesting and intricate messages. Of course, take them if they resonate and leave them if they don't. But Scorpio, thank you for coming out nonetheless. It was a pleasure being able to read for you, okay? All right, jumping on into our Sagittarius. Let's see what we got going on here for your June 2023. So what do we got going on here for the zodiac sign of Saggy? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout the month here of June. Let's go ahead and check it out. Sagittarius, you will overcome any obstacles. I love this message for you guys, okay? So this is essentially saying be fearless, jump into whatever it is you desire to. Any kind of obstacle you may be facing at this time, know that you're going to make it through. You know, I was thinking about this the other day about how I've overcome every obstacle that life has ever thrown at me my way. And at the same time, if I've overcome every obstacle I've ever faced, then why can't I overcome any future obstacles I may face too? So when you think about it, you have fought and overcame every obstacle you've ever faced already, and I'm sure you've faced more than a few, as we all do throughout our humanity and throughout our lives. So with that being said, it's going to be no different than the previous obstacles you've overcame before. You know, if you could face them and beat them, you can face and beat whatever obstacle you have right in front of you. So I'm definitely getting the message here to remain positive about any kind of obstacles or challenges you may be facing, because you're going to be able to get through them here at this time, okay? Beautiful way to start off your messages so far, Sag. Moving into the next message for you, what's it going to be here for Sagittarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout June 2023. And we have here, it seems assured. Yeah, so I'm getting that feeling, Sag, where it's like you just feel like there's a tower moment. I'm almost kind of picturing a tower moment happening for you where it's like it just seems so assuring that whatever's happening in my life, this obstacle I'm facing, is going to make the tower fall, crash, and burn. It just seems that something's not going to work out for me, and that's exactly what it is. You really are not having much faith here right now in overcoming some kind of challenge or obstacle. You really believe that this is it. This is what's going to take me out. This is what's going to wipe me out, and it's over. I'm screwed. There's a lot of worry. There's a lot of fear. But once again, I think that this is the month here to embody that energy of fearlessness and to go ahead and reflect for a moment about life's challenges and obstacles you've previously faced, because if you've overcome them, what makes you think you can't overcome this, right? So it's not as assuring as you think. I think that you feel like this is it. This is the end. You know, this is where the challenges and the obstacles I'm facing completely put me to a halt and a stop. But I think that you're going to overcome it in a way that's going to be absolutely magnificent and amazing. And what I want to say to you, Sagittarius, is even at first, if it doesn't seem like you're overcoming this obstacle, sometimes not everything is as it seems. So even if something in your life does end, maybe you never even noticed, or maybe you don't know, but maybe that ending was for the better. And maybe you'll find that out later, right? I think a lot of the time, a lot of people will look at something in their life and they're like, okay, there's a lot of challenges and obstacles and something in my life is ending. It's not working out for me anymore. But they don't realize that it's good to let go of that thing not working out for you anymore so that you can be aligned to something that will be working out for you moving into your future. So I get the feeling here of like embrace the tower moment if you're experiencing the tower. And I think that embrace the fact that you've beaten and overcame everything before and that you're going to be just fine. I think that it's about having to bring comfort to yourself to know that everything's going to be okay, because it totally is. All right, Sagittarius. So of course, take that if it resonates and applies to you. If not, absolutely no worries, but you guys are going to make it through whatever you're experiencing here. You've done it before and you'll do it again and again and again and again, because you guys were meant to overcome obstacles. Okay, Sagittarius? All right, guys. It was a pleasure reading for you. Thank you for stopping by. Really, really appreciate it. All right, now hopping on into our Capricorn. Let's see what we got going on here, baby, for the Capricorn. Jumping into June 2023. What's going to be showing up here for Capricorn, please? Sun, Moon, rising in Venus throughout June 2023. Looking at your first message here, it does say be patient. So now is the time here to kind of allow yourself to be a little bit more patient. The results that you're looking to receive may not be coming in the time that you've expected, or more so the time that you've desired. So I'm definitely getting that feeling here for you, Capricorn, that patience is totally going to be key in the process of what it is you're trying to manifest. Maybe you've been looking to manifest more money, been looking to manifest a romantic partner, looking to manifest some sort of growth on the path that you have been working on. But at the end of the day, patience here, I do feel, is going to benefit you a whole lot jumping into the month of June. So definitely try to incorporate a lot more patience here at this time. Now, having a look at the next message, Capricorns, we also have here, be happy for another, which is pretty interesting that this is showing up here for you. You know, I think that this is kind of about maybe seeing other people in your life have their moment, or have their moment of like stardom, if you will. Now, this is not necessarily me saying like, you know, famous, or seeing other people like, you know, become this famous, successful person, but it just feels like things are unlocking, right? Chapters are starting to be unlocked and passed in the lives of other people, maybe like your friends and family. Maybe this is about seeing friends and family starting a family. It's about seeing friends and family getting their first house, or, you know, achieving something in life. And I think that you're not necessarily in a space where you have jealousy for them. I think you are happy for the people in your life, but in a certain way, it's like, damn, I just wish that I was at that level already, you know? Like, I wish that my time has come already for me to get the things that I've wanted. You know, I'm seeing other people in my life achieve the things I've wanted. Maybe you really want a house at this time. You're seeing other people have their homes, and it's like, man, like, I just wish I could be there already, you know? So I feel like the more you can be happy for another person, the more you can be happy for the people in your life who are achieving the things you want, and the more patient you can be only shows that you're going to get it even more. Like Capricorn, you will hit that goal. You will unlock that chapter in your life, and you'll complete that chapter in your life nonetheless, you know? So even if other people are a little bit further along, it doesn't take away from the fact that you're going to have that for yourself too, okay? It's something that I want to say here for you guys at this time. So I feel like it's basically a message here saying, listen, it might not be your time yet. You may see other people thriving and getting the things they desire, and maybe those are the same things that you're really wanting in your life here at this time too. But keep on holding on here, Capricorn. Keep on working towards you want, because inevitably you will get your star. Inevitably, it'll be your time to unlock that chapter and to live out that chapter in your life. So your time will come is essentially the message that I want to say here to you guys at this time, okay? All right, though, Capricorns, your time will come, baby. Have absolutely no worries. You'll get to where you need to go. All right? All right, though, Team Capricorn. Thank you for spending time with me. Really appreciate it. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you guys so much for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, everybody, hopping on into our Aquarius signs now. Let's have a look here at the Aqua, and we'll see what's going on here, man. What do we got showing up here for Team Aquarius coming into June 2023? Messages here for the Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout their June 2023. First message for you, Aquarius, says keep an open mind. You could be in a space where you're not necessarily having an open mind. You might have a rather closed off mind. And of course, when you're in that space where you have a limited mindset, you get limited results. So one thing I want to say for Aquarians is that the more you can keep an open mind, the more you can have more opportunity showing up, being able to be created and manifested in your life, right? The number one thing that holds us back is limitation. When we create limited beliefs, we have a limited result. And then if we have limited results, we have limited experiences within our lives. So the more of an open mind you can have, the more of open beliefs you can have about what it is you can achieve, what it is you can do, what it is you can come into contact with, the more you'll really experience in this life. So try to stay away from limited beliefs and a limited mindset. And the more you can keep an open mind, and the more you can keep yourself in an open belief concept, the more you can attract in your life, manifest, and experience. And it's going to be a really, really wonderful here transformation here for you guys overall. So really try to be as open as possible, because the more open you can be, the more types of opportunities you guys can definitely receive here at this time, okay? Now hopping on into the second message here for you, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and check it out. What's going to be the next message here for Aqua? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus during June 2023. And we have here, it will sustain you. Oh, yes. Aquarius, I love this for you. By keeping an open mind, it's going to create sustainability. It's going to create abundance. People who are abundant are in the abundant mindset. Their mindset is completely open. Whatever it is I desire, I can have because I'm abundant. You know what I mean? So with that being said here for you, Aquarius, if you want to start building sustainability in your life, if you want to start building the abundance mindset, you have to kind of be completely open to the fact that whatever it is you desire, you can have it because you deserve it. Everything that you desire, you can have because it's abundant to you, right? So that's definitely the mindset I feel that you can focus on building, which will create a lot of sustainability and it'll create a lot of good opportunities for you, Universe here kind of can't grant you more types of opportunities that would be cool if you're not open to the idea of those opportunities being a possibility for you. If you don't believe that you can make $100,000 a year, you're never really going to have a job opportunity that comes by that's going to grant you the ability to make $100,000 a year. Let's say you only believe that you can land a job that makes you about 50K. Those are the only opportunities that'll show up for you, are jobs that'll make you 50K. So keeping an open mind and expanding your consciousness on that level is going to provide so much more room for opportunity and so much more room for abundance, okay? All right, though, Aquarius. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed your messages. Really, really awesome one coming up here for you. And I really do hope to see you guys open up your mind, remove those limitations, and attract some really cool stuff going forward, okay? Thank you, though, for spending time with me. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't, but thank you for coming out nonetheless, okay? All right, though, Aquarius, we finished up our Aqua, moving on to the last but not least sign. What's up, Pisces? Let's see what we got going on here for the fish, okay? What's going to be showing up here for Team Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout June 2023. What do we got going on here for the zodiac sign of Pisces? Let's go ahead and check it out. Pisces, the first message here says, it will be a pleasure. Who knows? Maybe you're going to Chick-fil-A where it's always their pleasure, right? But we got here this message showing up. It'll be a pleasure to do something. I think that you're kind of looking at a situation and you're like, I don't know how good this is going to be. You know what I mean? Sometimes that happens. Sometimes we'll look at something and we're like, yeah, I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if it would be fun. It doesn't look that good. And then we try it and we're like, wait, this is really pleasurable. Have you ever noticed that with food? Like some food will look really icky. It'll look gross. It'll be like, okay, I don't know if I want to try this food because it doesn't look that good. Then you take a bite into it and you're like, whoa, that is just not what I expected at all. It tastes way better than it looks. You know what I mean? So with that being said, Pisces, I feel like something may not look so good coming into the month of June, but it turns out to be quite a pleasurable experience. Some of you might find this in love. Maybe somebody shows up here romantically and it's like, yeah, I don't really know if we would connect, click, or vibe, but then you give it a shot And it turns out so much better than expected. You're like, whoa, I didn't expect this, but I'm happy to see that it's a good overall experience. So what I would say to you, Pisces, is don't judge a book by its cover. That's the kind of vibe that I'm feeling here for you guys in June. But at the same time, too, even though something may not seem amazing, it might have good opportunities. So you don't want to miss out. You know, give things a chance here because it can turn out being a very pleasurable experience, okay? Now, moving on into the next message for Pisces, what do we got? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus during June 2023. What's going to be the next message here for Piscean? And we have here, you'll have to make it up as you go. Interesting, Pisces. So I definitely, with this message, I kind of feel like the sense of improv. Maybe some of you guys could be starting an improv class. If so, that's cool, right? Improv, something that I always thought was pretty cool. So there could be like an improv class going on here for some of you guys. But nonetheless, looking at this in a general way for June, making it up as you go is kind of about going with the flow in life. You know, I'm getting that feeling here where it's like you're looking at the opportunities you have and you're like, man, I don't know if any of these opportunities are what I really want, but fuck it. Go for those opportunities anyways. Go with the flow right now, Pisces. I do feel for a certain extent, you definitely are looking at the opportunities that life has lined up for you and you're like, well, not every opportunity seems amazing, but sometimes you got to go down that stream and go down that river to get to your final destination. So the universe is almost kind of saying, listen, give chances right now to what's in front of you. You have no idea where it can guide you. You have no idea where it can take you. You know, this stream can take you somewhere wonderful. It might seem like it's rough waters. It might seem a little crazy. There's rocks everywhere. But hey, when you get to the end of that stream, it might be the most beautiful place you've ever seen in your life. So the universe is trying to say to you, Pisces, things may look grim. Things may not look amazing right now, but you'll be surprised what they actually are when you give them a chance. And more than likely, you'll be surprised where it takes you. You know, so don't judge a book by its cover. Don't be afraid to take a path that doesn't seem all that great because it could turn out to be a beautiful path of pure greatness. I really feel like this is the time to seize what opportunities you have in front of you. Don't go looking for any other. Seize what's in front of you and give it a chance. You might be shocked and surprised. Okay? All right, Pisces, that's what I have here for you guys regarding June. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But Pisces, thank you guys for coming out here nonetheless, okay? All right, though, with that all being said, thank you, everybody, so much for coming out here to the Book of Answers for the June 2023 predictions with the Book of Answers. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, really, really appreciate you guys coming out. If you're new here, definitely consider subscribing and be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And of course, for everybody who's in here, if you can drop a like, that'd be awesome. Thank you for stopping by. Really means the most to me, everybody, okay? But guys, have a lovely June. I'll be super happy to connect with you guys in the next video. But thank you for stopping by. Take care, everybody, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.